Welcome to another episode of Bua Mjita. It's Thursday again, whereby we're discussing issues that guys are dealing with each and every single day. How do they overcome it? How are they going forward with it? So today on my show, we have a guest today that goes by the name of VetsMusiQ. Many might know him. He's a producer, he's a musician, he's a DJ. Mr. VetsMusiQ, welcome to Bua Mjita.
Thanks a lot for the invite.
How are you today?
I'm not sharp.
Thank you for coming to Bua Mjita.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. Don't forget to reach us at buamjita@rocklahood.com. Visit our website at www.rocklahoodonlinetv.com. You can watch our episodes each and every single Thursday at 5 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. We go into an ad break. For when we come back, we're going to discuss the hardships of the of entertainment, from music, DJ, everything that has to deal with entertainment. We are dealing with it just after the break. We are coming back right now. It's Bua Mjita. Welcome back to Bua Mjita. I'm still your host, Nati Omunais. Remember, depression, pressure does not only come from your family, from the relationships. It can also come from your workplace or the industry that you are within. Mr. VetsMusiQ,
Sure, man.
please tell us, what is it that you do, what you specialize with, and
Alright.
why are you here today?
Okay, let me start with who VetsMusiQ is, ne?
Okay,
Sharp. I'm a music producer.
okay,
I'm a DJ. I'm a radio personality.
okay,
Yeah, that's what I do.
okay.
And then today we are here to discuss more about things that are happening around entertainment, around Mukasi. You understand? Because now there's more to talk about. Because now that it's a that may encourage even upcoming artists. You understand?
So let's get to the core
Okay.
of today's topic.
Sure.
Basically, what's happening? What are the hardships that you are meeting with each and every single day in the industry that you're within?
Well, let me say let me speak about Patabu DJ. Ne?
Okay.
In terms of the DJ, Rona hi blow mo hi. Ne? To be precise, to speak more ilore more there's actually this thing ilore ke group actually, whereby for to get to somewhere or play at certain places,
You must be
very
part of a
difficult.
certain group here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hence, ilore, even in posters, you hardly see me actually on posters or other people. There are certain groups that be affiliated so that you can be able to now to opportunity. So, well, in terms of producing, well, producing the thing, hey, it depends on who do
you associate with?
Who you associate yourself with actually. Because now, when we are music now producing is different, because now mainly we won't say okay from my music because the producer back in 2018 or 19 ne? And since from then till now I would say but while ban support people that I know that if I drop something they're gonna go to YouTube stream outside in they're out of blue, out of Free State, basically.
Basically, what I want to find out, let's focus on DJing, for an example.
Sure.
When you see same faces over and over on different posters, different events, different spheres and everything like that, you as a prominent DJ, how are you feeling about that? I want to find out, like, how are you dealing with it? Like, seeing same people over and over.
It's difficult to do it because now you have to eventually send it a piece. Okay, these are the faces that you are going to see, unless if he get into those people. Unless I penetrate to the group, or sometimes you don't even want to be in that group. You understand?
But don't you think at some point you have to reach a point where you must go in there, be part of the groupie, so that you can be able to reach a point where you also get the gigs and everything like that?
Yeah, it does happen. And for me, it depends on who you are, what do you want when I as a brand. Because now if you're a DJ, you are a brand. Enjoy this thing of associating with people so that you can create opportunity. For some people it works, but
for some it doesn't.
For some it doesn't. Because now I don't want to lie. Few times in I guess I'm melting, but at the end of the day, it was funny. You understand? And now remember, now in terms of DJ, I started back in 2015, whereby it was authentic dieting. It was in an all dieting, you only DJ. Unlike right now, whereby man is getting there. Hence, in a way, I'm no longer much into that.
So, what is your way forward in order for you to assure that this, whatever that affects you, it doesn't affect you in the long run?
Well, but again, coming to answer you, dating, it has to come from you really doing another. If you really love something, however, you're gonna keep on doing it, regardless of their groups or whatsoever. Things still already because now you look at the people like Bo Kamza. Also, this William Blom is out there. Schema Heavy K. All is a grand, you understand? Hence, if you get into the game, what DJ, be specific with yourself. EPS fast, no, actually, king away in this thing. Because sometimes they get into groups, but then they relax about each other. You understand?
Not pursuing their vision.
Whatever vision that they have. You understand?
So your way forward. That's what I'm sticking. Your way forward. Fine, you are meeting with challenges. Do affect that in the way they affect you.
Sharp.
What is the way forward so that for whatever the affection that you come across, it doesn't reach a point where it discourages you? Because I believe that as an artist, the main thing is going to depress you. The main thing it will discourage. It's a matter of not getting gigs. Not getting out there, not growing your brand. What is your way forward?
Well, to answer you there, like I said, it has to start with you. Larato is one thing important, and knowing why exactly are you doing what you're doing. You understand? And now, when we speak of a way forward, let me speak on because now, for me to make a way forward, there are certain things still whereby maybe I see an opportunity. No, okay, I'm not getting gigs. What do I do? Okay, let me create my own events. Invite certain people, a certain DJ who actually don't get a spot like me.
Have you started with it?
I'm on that. I'm working on that.
You're working on it?
I'm working on that.
Okay.
Yes. So basically for me, that's my way forward. Creating more opportunities for those who actually don't get the opportunity.
Basically, I'm concerned about life in general.
Okay.
The challenges that you are meeting with, like you as a young person, you as a visionary, like not on a professional level, on a personal level. What are the core challenges? When you look at them, you say, you know what? More thing, I've seen something that I've never seen in my life.
Damn, that's actually tricky one. What would I say? Well, Right now, I don't wanna lie, I can't think of any, but obviously challenges can identify already in life in general. But then let me say main issue when we are covering the challenges, because now we can't avoid it. Being financially stable is an issue on its own. You understand? Because now you have to think of that. Now I can mix as an individual. What do I do? And now I'm depending on these certain things that I'm doing, but they are not working out.
No, not working out.
You understand? What do I do now? Of which those are one of the things that already leader into both depression as a person, But then actually, what is it that you gonna do about situation?
Let's talk about the depression that you just mentioned. Sure. How are you dealing with depression when you are going through that era?
Well, now like one thing I drew strength from is actually people who are around me. People who are around me who have went through certain things, they are very difficult. Blind.
Like what so?
Well, there are some. I don't want to. I just don't want to mention names.
Yeah, just be specific about some things.
Like whereby you'll have people. Let me say, I have a certain friend. He or she grew up without having both parents, and now Twanza has said for her own self or himself. You understand? Now, remember, having no one is a challenge on its own. Now you have to feed yourself. You have to dress yourself. You have to find shelter for your own self. You understand? And then now I have a family.
Both parents.
I just recently lost my dad. I'm left with my mother. You understand? So, and I go. If negatively the problems, most of my problems, I deal with them with, I tell my mother or Motilo Kutwanale. You understand?
Let's talk about you losing your father. That's one of the things, Elore. It has a certain impact in the manner in which you do things, then the manner in which you change on how to do things. How has that affected you?
Well, like funeral, I realized something. Like in life, sometimes we don't really in this way that or how important someone is actually until
you see the importance of someone up until you lose them.
You lose them, and the kind of impact that the person had on people. You understand? So now, from that, instead of being sad, it actually, I want to say actually killed in mental wise, because now I got to a point where I was more, instead of being hurt, I was more inspired by
the death,
by the death and the kind of things that he did. You see, let me just tell you why I this man is from Kimberley. So Kimberley, he was part of a political party, the ruling one.
That's your father?
Yes.
Okay.
So now, the man, he has built houses, dog, for those people around there, around area He himself, I built the agency. Now there's a university around Dane. I don't know. I can't say. So what he was doing, he was in a debate, fighting for why should Hobele University Kappa youth class AM2 a town to get knowledge. So he ended up having a winner. Actually, what's that? The thingy. The
votes.
A winner.
You got the votes and what?
You got the votes, and then they made they agreed on university whereby access it more easy. Well, You understand?
So out of everything that has inspired you about what he has done, have you ever tried to find out a way in which you can maneuver through the same route that he was in?
Well, as people, we are different and we want different things, but then I can't say I want to go his route, the same route, but there are different things that but his death, let me say, inspired me to do most of these things that I've always wanted to do. You understand? Yeah.
Inspiration doesn't just come from a certain point. It can come from any point that is attached to your life. Stay there. This is Nati Omonais. We are going to an ad break. When we come back, we're going to deal more with inspiration. This is Bua Mjita. Welcome back to Bua Mjita, a show where we discuss daily issues that Mjita is faced with. Right now in studio with me, I've got a music producer, a DJ who is called VetsMusiQ. Mr. VetsMusiQ,
sure.
Can you please get deeper into details as music producers? What kind of challenges, like the hardcore challenges that you are faced with that discourages you? Can you please elaborate more on the challenges that you're facing with as a music producer?
Okay. As a producer, well, remember when you are a producer, it's not guaranteed to and now you have to get your music out there. Those are challenge. You have to get your music out there. Look like your VetsMusiQ maybe on Spotify, on those digital platforms. You understand? Now, Hollywood artist or recorder. Artist you agree maybe on a certain fee. It's fine. No. Agree. When it's time into the years, they don't happen.
So out of the challenges that you just mentioned about the artists not wanting to pay and everything, can we indulge more into that? How are you dealing with that?
Well, for me, now I believe so much in the and I love it so much. Now, in this challenge that I am, because now remember, if you say you love something, you want to avoid span, because now you have to make money. Now, what I've been doing actually to survive in terms of production, there are people who actually purchase music from let me say direct purchasing. Exclusive how much is it? Then
though, is it making enough money? Because if you do something that doesn't produce bread on your table, it leads to frustrations. So the question is, does it produce enough money that you can be able to sustain your lifestyle, your family, and everything like that?
I can't say it does, but at least you can operation to you understand? Because now even the body into body sambo, you have to register with sambo. They don't actually pay you charity, or you can say it's enough. Like big artists still want and say like about sambo. Your songs did blind on radio, but now actually date like grab 100 rand. You understand? Lona is one thing in the challenge. So now, as a producer, how do you get out of that? Ne?
Exactly.
Like I said, like I mentioned, for me, it works for me for now. Ne?
For now.
For now. At least I can survive. Ke kgona patient to zilore, ke kgona di patch. Ne? But now, outside e ke nan loan, ke kgona create. At least now ke kgona ke upload the music on, let me say, YouTube. Because we know YouTube actually leading asin dilo eventually because now YouTube everything is about numbers. If you have numbers, you can get money. For you to get to actually to reach Boma million, it's a milestone to get
before we reach the milestone of the viewerships, the subscribers, and everything like that. What is the current challenge, like the current one that you're saying, you know what, me as VetsMusiQ, this is exactly what I'm feeling now. I want the challenge that I'm facing now. I want like the current one at this instant in time.
Because okay, now currently challenges putting my music out there on, let me say, digital platforms. Those kids on let me say main challenge, because now there's the let me leave that one.
I want that one. That one. That's the one that I want.
Yeah, it's
because I believe
it's more
that
of digital. I'll be music on digital platforms, because now Facebook has a tendency to upload your music onto mute the sound. You see, a lot of body rights. You understand? Later body rights is one thing the artist or many artists are information you know. Yeah. But now for me, challenge I face mainly is that one. I have to put my music out there. And another challenge also I'm still facing, I don't have enough actually funds to give the studios like properly, you understand? Because now I will record, you have to go somewhere where Majite. And now you remember Majite, they must get something. Those are the challenges that
I'm kind of like concerned. As artists get exploited and everything. Have you ever or never reached whereby you going through that era?
I don't wanna lie, not yet. Like so because now, to be honest, like I said, I find inspiration from people who are around me. And most of the time, but I'm around them, they are smart enough, so that at least in terms of the introducing, I'm aware as well. Yeah. It's like body rights, the music registration into some body podcast, everything.
To all the DJs, the music producers that are going through exploitation and everything, what would you think would be the best manner or the best way for them to specifically deal with those issues of exploitation?
Well, to deal with some issues too, you must have knowledge first. Knowledge is important, because now, if you are doing something, I believe everything, even if you can start a business, you must have knowledge on we start around and how are you going to make money from it. So for me, I would say, Majita chance knowledge and have at least, but from step one by a guy.
So to the DJs, the artists, the producers out there, what would basically be the core motivation to them?
Know what you want, and be around people who actually have been through what you are going through. Actually, find knowledge. Be around people who are knowledgeable, but the right ways. Still, if it doesn't mean when you should be over relaxed. Also, find that knowledge. But YouTube is a school on its own. In a late information, a buyer too much for most of us, the artists. Because you know there are things still on YouTube, but that's a
knowledge is power. Know the industry that you're going into. Know whatever that you have to do. Find out more information about it. We are going to an ad break. For when we come back, we're still going to discuss more into this topic. Stay right there. It's Bua Mjita. Welcome back to Bua Mjita. I'm still with my guest, VetsMusiQ. Mr. VetsMusiQ,
Sure.
Can you please elaborate on the challenges that you are facing as an artist, as a collector?
Well, let me speak in terms of artistic, the artist in your whole. The main issue or problem ke challenge actually. Ke taba ya of mana di bookings alone, because now remember, like I mentioned earlier before, ya give ka taba ya DJ and having certain groups and stuff. It's not easy and actually it's not easy for any company or people to be familiarized with the brand, because now if get away ka brand deal I'm not gonna be sold. You understand? And then what have you done? Who are you? So most of the artists are on see above money, the body gigs, above money exposure because now, but also be familiar about. You understand? Hence, came mention most of they are more actually they know my music. They are not around Free State.
Other provinces.
Other provinces.
So your music, when you spoke about the radio, where is it played?
In terms of radio, well, remember here the radio stations it's it's either Motel, because it's the main community radio station, and then there's CUT, and then there are the online radio stations, and now here the station we have if ever now as an artist you say you want to approach someone, you registered your music, you've done everything.
All the necessities.
They needed to be done. If you go to a certain radio station or online radio station, what's a catalog? Yeah, the playlist, it's I don't think you're gonna get the great tolerating.
So why are you sticking here? Why ain't you going to the bigger radio stations whereby you can be able
to... Thanks for let's be honest. We know issue but is payola. You must pay your music to be played. That's one of the challenges.
You must? You pay for your music to be played?
Payola. That's what music will be playlisted on, let me say, national radio station. Say it's in music compiler. Why I have a guy to be playlisted. He followed all the necessity procedures or protocols. Musical there man adumela music compiler what that station is a national station. Okay, it's fine. I have stress. Marano aribu di tlontsanya na ke tsa o dlala o tlwetsala kapa so at that time let me say he was young, so na say aware no bua ka because now we say no, music is good, music mona to sharp, but now how na mohlomong wa dlala da
So basically, that's the first challenge that the artists are meeting with. And then, what other challenges?
Well, di ngata la yeah, ke bua like the artist in all ne. Later by studio time ke nyoko, you understand. O kra guy nyoko sa create bookings. You understand? Lone ke challenge on his own dating. And now, at the end of the day, a producer kapa monga studio has to get money. Ke challenge on his own lone dating.
So from an artistic perspective, you must pay, then also the producer must be paid.
Yes, producer Janzi Patara.
So from your onset, artists that you've produced their music and stuff, what has been happening around there?
Well, let me say, most of the time, music I guess go drop even now, ne? It's mainly based on back then. I would say back then it sounded good, ne? But now it's
no longer relevant.
It's no longer relevant.
So basically, that's the challenge. So how are you willing to overcome that in terms of making it to be relevant to the current?
You know, happy lona you king challenge because now you might find that okay, you gave Kofile, let me say artist, Kofile beat. You work on this beat. Hey, baka utamagana tia khona man.
This is not going.
Hey, talent ikela kwana. Ayiyontle. And then I didn't confirm with you. Next thing, let me say, he said Pina on radio station. No, this is the same beat that I was writing for. And now there was no communication between another producer.
So when as an artist, how do you feel when that happens?
Well, for now, obviously, I'm a producer, but obviously, as an obviously, you wouldn't be happy, because now. I guess it because now it's already the conflict, and now Loena as a person agakona bet more than or akawate branding or when you are trying to build so much. Because excuse me, le branding is also important as an artist. Because now okay.
You can talk, continue, I'm listening.
So, branding. Sometimes we get into things, okay, we can sing good, ne? It's fine. But now, obe brand, how do you get there? It's one of challenges most the artists they face. And later, maybe if Pina is a certain people. On the ground. Challenging the artist.
So to all the artists that are going through that, what are the possible ways to deal with whatever that they are going through at this instant?
Well, let me say in terms of artist a try to build a solid name, a solid brand. If other industry, like I mentioned earlier on before on the outbreak, it's very important because now every business has before we start business out there, you should know your market. Know who is your client, because now the business this thing.
You must create your own base.
You create your own base. Know the relevant places to go to. Yeah, and also on that you must have the right people around you. But if all wrong, wrong.
For you as a producer, what basically is it that you want from an artist that says this is a killer thing? The fact that it's a killer thing, I want to find out that it doesn't unfold how you expect it to happen. How do you deal with it? I want the core, like the deep part of dealing with whatever that as a music producer.
Like in terms of maybe we worked on the song and then I thought maybe it's a fire, but it's not. How do I deal with that? Well, most of the time in studio, ne? The main thing that happens in studio is that highly to an important energy doesn't lie. Energy must match. You understand? Energy has a match, then that song I highly doubt
it's not gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be a hit. But energy is only if dimension, then that's the first thing. And now remember before I release a song, now or maybe like that's what I do. I don't know about the producer did, but where cause Kiskima Majita got the producer, maybe go 2 or 3, Kauka send the good lemon, Ginsani, and then have a trouble like Konanja. Because sometimes when as a person you might tell a product day fire, this is a fire thing, but to other people, to the message about so king where you're the actually happening to that alone some music for me is also a challenge, a problem. If you tell because now I can get start, I used to do that. But likely it helped me because I inspired it to a point out I know or one leading numbers I got, but to not to understand. But now how do you back ne? How can I the project I'm like yeah. More hence now I can get more time or release the music.
For the artists that have been exploited, how should they deal with it? What is your advice in terms of whatever the era that they went through, whatever the exploitation they went through, what could be your advice to them?
Well, I can say in terms of music, if it's possible, if well, can I give like if give an example, if ever like let me say you are exploited yes you can, but I don't know if ever for okay I get example like a situation kabo se trail bo maphorisa bo ne because it's been exploited, se trail has been exploited. Hard drop a music with a certain because now into last week one drop ile pina le Sony took down that day took down the pina because now I think they are associated le maphorisa wabo. So in terms of the idea hell I will say it's difficult to give an example because now I haven't actually been in that situation yet. But for me, like, before we do things, we must be careful. Let us sign about the contract. Because now, one thing is the artist kita record label and signing body contract.
The contracts and stuff.
We never. Because remember now, artist, I'm hungry, dog. I'm hungry, but again, I'm going to le le contract. But the fella, hanka move a fail. Of which could I recover the artist buy? So artists are they need to learn contract or and then if ever how understand, there are people who understand it, who actually been there, who would understand it. About yourself it
So as a DJ, are you in a relationship?
In a relationship.
As a DJ, how is your girlfriend feeling when you go out there, go and play everything?
Hello, we are simply true. I don't want to lie, you know. Sometimes I should be like, I want to pass through, you know. But I want to last time.
So, as a DJ, there might be a possibility you are busy with whatever, something. How do you deal with it in terms of balancing your DJing profession and balancing your relationship on the other side?
Well, for me, important, because now I set her down. Now I set her down. Also. And umfumane kile game kama kaba honest yeah obviously I can have reputation as the DJ and man le man obviously we ka DJ pela DJ ki di cheaters mara se nka o fela ho you understand but now kama jwetsa kaba honest le yes I've been there ke tletse ka machine mara no it doesn't mean ntse ke tswela pele ke etsa ra ide wa bo I assured her, ke mo file assurance hore if ke le da ke span. You understand? As taba hore ne ke na na go entertain na batho.
Give me the practicality of the assurance that you gave, because you can give assurance with words, then there's assurance in actions.
Exactly.
Now, give me the practical side of the assurance that you have given to her, so that she might not be as jealous as
She used to it.
Exactly.
Well, I would say obviously, firstly, it would have to be ways, ne? And then later, by actions is how they must meet le manzo how. You understand? Because now, make sure ke communicate le ene ke dula ke bua le ene ka phone. For e mona go so ke mona I'm on set kana go itseng ha ke tswa on set ke communicate le ene still for e mona ke tswile out of set ke tlotla kana go itseng for.
Okay. You are still watching Bua Mjita. Do not forget to subscribe on this channel. If you want to get us, you can send us an email at buamjita@rocklahood.com. You can send it also to tapelo@rocklahood.com. Visit our website www.rocklahoodonlinetv.com. We are going to an ad break. For when we come back, I'm still chilled with my guest. This is Bua Mjita. Welcome back to Bua Mjita. I'm still with my guest, music producer, DJ, radio presenter. He goes by the name of VetsMusiQ. Mr. Vets, while we are still on this, what's basically happening, like when the expectations in your relationship, in terms of when you created a song, met with an artist, went out for a gig as a DJ, what are the expectations from your girlfriend or your family?
Well, obviously, in terms of family, family, everything or start away is to see you that actually that is real or is productive. Even the girlfriend, I would say that. Because now, if ever we live gigging, chances how you understand?
So out of all the gigs that you've been booked to, are you the one who's rating them, or they are telling you how much are they going to give you?
No, the rating it has to come from you. How much hour 2 hours charge that's a year of money booking. They have to call you first instead in case somewhere. Then you tell them an hour. Then if ever, because most of the time challenging, most of the time the club owners, the event organizers, let me say how the local artist who charge 1,000 let me say charge 1,000 rand for DJ or hour short for rider. Because I make a rider, live my 5 rand. You understand? Mare, how the artist massive. Alice even the Cohab, shelter of Felix, if it leads lady ride at Lagatla.
So, what are your words to music promoters, music producers, and events organizers? What are your direct words from the artistic perspective?
How about artists? Because we are artists. There's a valid difference between artists is a well established, the artist because now you can find artist le pokoni ha lo performa o dira mawatho feta mama. You understand?
Okay, then your final words to the whole artistic department. What are your final words to them? What is remember, we are talking from a perspective, an artistic perspective. There's the situation, let's deal with this. How can we take it from here to go further?
Well, to the artist, you know, like I said, and very important. As a brand, because now everything that you put out there, you put it as a brand. And it's also happy did business, you understand. How are you going to make money? And but while second important, have the right people in your cycle, even how long. Need to do something guy. How it's a nonsense, so it's a nonsense.
And that's it.
And that's it. Hard alamela on sugar coater nonsense so you only man. Marokai nonsense. You understand. But what I would say go understand the law of what lawyer as a person you should know who you are. I used to like OTA Barenke AKA. He was arrogant as fuck. But at the same time, because he knew what he was doing. Because now, even in his absence, space is
the gap is
you understand.
Okay, so for artists who are still allowing themselves to be exploited, for artists that are not taking initiative to get their brands there, what is your word of advice to them so that they can be able to assure they stop being exploited? They get their brand there, they make their brand relevant.
One thing I wish in I wish Boma Bloma in something Kappa actually Free State in what's this? Boma Company it helps the artist. I know it's a Free State what that deals with the rights but I wish the word would get more
out there.
But or to information, but the artists are information before getting into big contracts, before getting into record labels. And no J to be in a record label it's no longer died in wow. You know, you are able to into the it's more easier ka piano so. If we artist piano, or at least to get out there, but then horrors about exploited, you still need knowledge. I understand.
To aspirant up and coming artists, your final words.
How easy gaming? It's not easy. The game is not simple. It's nip up and fleece, but make sure the challenging in it needs solution. Challenging there needs to be a solution to it. Sata fella without knowing what you are doing. You have to know what you are doing and you have to know who you are. So that about how to blind. Because people out there really vultures.
They vultures.
Bank advantage blind. But to blind.
Okay. Mr. VetsMusiQ, thank you very much for coming to the show. We wish you nothing but the best in future ventures. Today on the show, we had our guest known as VetsMusiQ. He told us the challenges that they are going through as artists. He told us how he overcame them. If you are out there, you are faced with challenges, be to it. It's personal. It's something that you want to get out there, something that you want to get out of your chest. This is Bua Mjita, where you talk out for whatever that is disturbing you. One, if you want to talk to us, you can reach us on our email, buamjita@rocklahood.com, tapelo@rocklahood.com. You can even get us on our website, www.rocklahoodonlinetv.com. Even on WhatsApp, we are there, 064 635 2521. Calling out on all the sponsors, investors that wants to be part of this, sponsor the show. Please contact us and let us sit down and talk. We are going out. We're meeting next week, same time, same place. This is me, Nachi Omonai, signing out. This is Bua Mjita.